want to do? How can you get started in that first step to reaching your dreams that you have? That could be a work-related dream, a couple-related dream, or a personal dream, something you've always wanted to do since you were a child. But don't give up on the dreams, because that keeps you motivated, it keeps you happy, it keeps you joyful, it keeps you living in the light, the world of possibilities, right? So thriving in life is all from the mindset for success. So you always think, what can I do, right? That comes from the proactive side, right? And when the challenge comes up, don't stay in the victimhood. Don't be the victim. You have no time to be a victim. Come over to the proactive side and say, what can I do? Not what can't I do? Have that plan B. And if you needed a plan C, even though it looked good that Lex was going to be a singer, it's like, all right, what's your plan B, honey? Well, I think I'll be a fashion designer. So we went to the college. We knew she was going to go. I said, you got to take your offer in the entertainment business while it's here. You can always go back to school. Then she ends up on a home design show, and I said, do you think you better get a degree in home interior design work? She goes, yeah, I'm on that now, while she's taping the shows. So you can always do, whatever you need to do to catch up, but have the plan B and plan C. This is important. Have gratitude for what you do have in life. Because when you have gratitude for what you do have, more comes to you, more blessings comes to you. So be grateful for where you are. Be grateful for your work. Be grateful for your paycheck. Set goals with the income that you're making. If you have that dream vacation, put a little bit aside and plan it for next spring and go. I just got back from touring Russia and Finland and Copenhagen. Last winter I was in Bali and Bangkok and Singapore. Why? Because it was my dream to see the world. And I schedule it out and I go. And I schedule my life around that. But that's my dream, to see other cultures of this world and learn about them. Have a life vision. What is your next goal? What is your next dream? Take those little, and I have a goal setting system that my clients learn. Wake up every day with 3 things you're going to do that day. It could be as little as I have to call the dentist. I haven't had an appointment in over 6 months. But then it's off your plate. So you're coming to work with a clear mind, with 3 things that you want to get done right away. And if you have time, 2 more. It kind of makes your day feel really settled and organized before you even arrive. So 3 goals a day, 3 business goals, 3 personal goals a week, 3 and 3 a month, and your lofty goals for 6-month and 1-year goals. When I was writing that book, Love was written first, Love was written second. And I said, I'm moving to Florida. I don't want to have to deal with this when I move, which is April 2014 from New Jersey. So it's like, that book has to be done. So I did the whole book in 6 months, which is very difficult to do. And I'm like, oh, I didn't get the book. I didn't reach my goal. I almost always reach the goal. Showed up in my townhome in Delray, and isn't there a package against the door with my book? And I'm just like, I did it, I did reach my goal because the book got here before I did. So therefore it worked. So when you set these goals, you're more bound to reach them, because your consciousness will line up to make those dreams come true for you. Ask yourself, are you serving in some way? I don't know if your company has, you probably do, community service days. Are you involved with those? Get involved, or do something outside of your business that rings true to you. So whether it's helping in the schools or helping with a community situation. How are we doing with time? Okay, out of the box thinking. That's really important. In business, we call it having a niche or a niche. I happen to like the word niche, so that's what I use. So a niche means what makes you different from everybody else. Now we know there's a lot of heating and air conditioning businesses out there. So what makes you different? Family owned for 35 years. To me, that's big. I know I'm one of the Northeast people that have had a lot of bad luck with Florida contractors. Okay, so you can be different by being the dependable company. You're there when you say you're there. You have pleasant personalities when you show up. You're showing up with a smile. You're getting it done. If you see something that's tricky, you're thinking outside of the box. Well, we could do this, this, and this. I'm gonna, arrange this to make this happen. Whatever it takes to make you a little bit different. Really important. And that will always make you at the top of the game. Spirituality for surviving. Surviving means getting through the tough times. Thriving is excelling. So we all go through difficult transitions. Again, it's part of our life lessons. So do you have faith and spiritual grounding in something that's important? I say, I love Tony Robbins saying, if you're not growing, you're dying. So think of a plant. When it grows, it's flourishing, and it's got beautiful flowers, and eventually it stops growing, and then what happens? It shrivels and it dies, right? So it's like our mindset. You always have to keep feeding your mind. You always have to keep growing. So read positive books, spiritual books, things that make you grow, things that feed your mindset. Anything from Dr. Wayne Dyer or Marianne Williamson or Deepak Chopra. There's tons of beautiful new age books out there that motivate you, that make you feel good. Do you have a place where you like to go worship? It could be any place. Something that makes you feel grounded. If your kids aren't into it, get them into it. They're going to go through hard times. A sense of grounding and spiritual belief helps them in difficult transitions. Meditation. Let me go into that a little bit because it's so important. Now, people just think, okay, meditation, you're sitting there, you're breathing in and out, like, what's that really do? Okay, it does a lot. Okay, the science of quantum physics has proven meditation 15 minutes a day lowers anxiety, lowers depression, lowers cortisol, which is your fight or flight response when you're anxious. It also keeps your weight on. So people that start meditating find that the weight starts slipping off because their cortisol has dropped. And it lowers blood pressure, increases dopamine and serotonin levels of your brain, which are your happy, feel-good chemicals. All you need is 15 minutes a day, all natural. Okay, and this works. All my clients do it. It's called Divine Meditation. If you'd like, I can walk you through the steps because we have time. Okay, you'll have to take notes because I didn't put this in a handout. But there's 4 steps, really easy. First step, write down the number 7. And you do 7 breaths. Now you don't have to sit the yoga style, like, cross legs or anything. I sit in my easy chair and I look at the lake outside of my house. So just get a comfortable position. Join the energy of your body through your thumbs just by laying one hand in the other and just putting it in your lap. You just look straight ahead and close your eyes. So you're going to breathe in very deep through your nose to the count of, let's start you off with 5 in your head. So your head is saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as you're breathing in your nose. Then you hold it for a count of 5. The air is held from your brain all the way down to your belly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you blow out your mouth like to a count of 5. Now the science always shows that us humans are not getting enough oxygen in our cells, in our brains, in our bodies. And this is leading to a lot of fatigue, early Alzheimer's, other ailments in our body. So this type of breathing is very good for you. If you can, work yourself up to a count of 7. After a while, you'll be able to work yourself up to a count of 10. Okay? Step 2 has 2 steps. First step, step A, is attitude of gratitude. So this is where you can say, dear God, dear divine, dear higher power, thank you for all my many blessings. And many people don't wake up each day being grateful. They barely think of their blessings. They think of what they want, what they can't have. I want that new car, I want. Instead of thinking what they have. I gotta tell you, when I got back from Indonesia, I was praising my Western toilet. Thank God I have a toilet. Right? Now that was a big blessing, because when you're around and all they have is a hole in the ground with no toilet paper, and this is the toilets that they have, you are very grateful for your Western toilets, is what they refer to them over there. So, and when my daughter puts water wells in Africa, where they have to walk up to 6 miles for a bucket of dirty water from a lake, she's grateful for water every day. You see, so it's all a matter of perspective, and this is the perspective I get when I travel. It reminds me of my many blessings. So start out with the many blessings, and it tends to be a list that says the same, thank you for my safety, the safety of my children, my grandchildren, my home, their health, our health, the basic things that you're grateful for, because if you lose them, now you're going to notice that, right? So be grateful for that every day. Your jobs, right? Be grateful for that. Your income, what you can do with your income, be grateful. Part B is kind of a wish list. This is what you wish to have, but you say it this way as if it's coming to you. Thank you for that promotion that I wanted. Thank you for, whatever it is that you want. you put it out there, and your mindset starts aligning with the wish that you want. I can tell you a simple story here. When I was shopping around for a house up in the Delray area, walked into my home. I loved it. Open ceilings, a lot of sun coming in, a lake view. It's a modest home, but I loved it. And I said, this is it. I feel good in here. Put my offer in. They said, sorry, Riana, the house is sold, cash deal. It's a good deal. It's not going to. Really? So I kept saying in my head, thank you for my home, da-da-da-da, right? Now, we go to step 3, which is visualization. So what did I do? I started decorating that house in my head. Where's my art gonna go? How's my furniture gonna be laid out? What pillows do I need? What furniture do I still need to buy? Everything down to the exact layout. Thank you. Step 4 is asking the question, God, divine, dear universe, what do you want me to know? And this is your inner intuition coming up. Now, on that particular day, almost 2 months later after I saw the house and I told I was not gonna get it, I hear, call a realtor, the house is yours. And I'm like, what? And so I call, I know to act when I'm hearing my intuitions or really give it positive thought. So I called my realtor and I said, how about that house we saw almost 2 months ago? Oh, that's sold. Check it out for me. Is it in the realtor's list? No, it's not there. Do me a favor, you just call the realtor for me. I'm not gonna tell you why, because you probably would have thought I was crazy. I said, just do it for me. So she does call and she goes, oh my gosh, the house is available. The offer fell off last night. And I said, why? They said that the guy's not moving to Florida. His mother's sick, he's staying there. He withdrew the deal last night. I said, put the contract in, the house is mine. And that's the house I sit in today. Almost 2 months later. So, and I could give you probably 40 examples of how my meditation and intuition things have worked. The fact that, my daughter wants to be a singer, I put it in my meditation. What do? I run into the top artist at the time, and he talks to me. I'm just a lady, you could have said no. But the world aligns to what you want. I know it's the mindset for success. Mega entrepreneurs have been doing this for years. If you haven't read Napoleon Hill's book, okay, what's the name of that book? You would know what that is. Think and Grow Rich. Right? Think and Grow Rich. Has anyone read it? Yeah. Who has? I heard a yes.
No.
No? Napoleon Hill was a classic written back in the 1930s or 40s. And the original book had a lot of spiritual philosophy in it. Then they took it out and made it a smaller book. Then it's back in. So the bigger blue book with the spiritual philosophy of all the mega entrepreneurs back in his day had the same spiritual philosophy I'm teaching you today. It's called the Mindset for Success. And if you can adopt it and learn about it, it changes your life. It changes how you look at everything. Okay, so that's spiritual conscious awareness, and then using the tapping for the positive self-talk. Okay, the other sheet I filled out for you. And do you want to leave some time for Q&A? Yeah, okay.
We have time.
So is it the 4 steps for meditation?
Yes, the last step, honey, I'm sorry, was ask the question, what do you want me to know?
Yes.
And it's not a voice out here in real world, it's an inner voice, it's an inner intuition voice. But it's always positive, it's always kind. And it might just say, keep on the path, you're loved. I had a girl that didn't believe in meditation, one of my coaching clients, and if they're local, I take them on the beach to meditate. And afterwards, she had tears. I said, what happened? What did you hear? She goes, you are deeply loved. And she never heard the words, I love you, from her parents. Oh. And I said, that's wonderful. She goes, yeah, it was kind, it was loving, and, so you don't know what you're going to hear. It might take a while. As you become more spiritual, it tends to come more for you. But it's certainly, we know the science benefits behind meditation as well. And the meditation is a combination of what I've learned from The Secret, my own research, and a book called Divine Meditation. Okay, dynamics of a healthy relationship. This is going more into the love relationships that you can read through, but I wanted to kind of jump down to the bottom. But it's the emotionally healthy, evolved, and conscious relationship. And there's a lot of F's here. So the first one is foundation. The foundation to be strong is trust. If you don't trust each other, you don't have a relationship. If you don't have trust these days, you got to get help to reestablish the trust. Trust comes from moral values, confidence in each other that you're both doing the right thing, putting the couple first before everybody else. Second is flexibility. We call that open heart, open mind. Being open to their ideas. You don't have to be exactly alike. You're two different human beings. If he's Democrat and you're Republican, respect the fact that that's what he wants. You don't have to change them. You don't have to force a change upon them. Just respect them, being open-minded, be patient, kind, and understanding, and make it feel safe to risk and share with each other. Communication is the key to keeping you tight. If there's no communication, the communication's out of your primary relationship, get help. Fidelity is that honesty, loyalty, and integrity. Friendship, you gotta be buddies first, right? Have fun together. Respect each other, be kind, be thoughtful, be that best friend. It's a shame that sometimes we treat our partners worse than anybody else, but we treat our best friends like gold. Your partner should be your best friend. Treat them like your best friend. Think to yourself, when's the last time you really said, I love you and appreciate you? Thank you for everything you've done. You know, the typical chores, the husbands in here, do thank your wife for cooking you the meals,
Yes.
which is a chore.
Yes.
Wives, you thank your husbands for cutting the lawn, which is a chore. These are words of appreciation. Remember, I said verbal means a lot. And if you say mean words, they stay forever.
Yes, that is true. Yesterday Moshe told me, thank you for doing the barbecue. And I was so happy.
That's right. It makes you happy.
Yes.
So when you go home, start praising your partner, and guess what? They're going to love you more. Tell them, men, how beautiful she looks today. Every woman wants to hear that. Ladies, tell your men, I appreciate you. That's the number one thing I hear in therapy with my couples. My lady doesn't appreciate anything I do. I never hear thank you. So speak the
That is
words
true.
of kindness and appreciation. Watch your relationships change. Yes?
No, I said we're almost
Oh,
getting
5 minutes. Okay, thank you, Patricia. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Okay, I have to leave time for Q&A. Fun, compromise, forgive without blame. Forgiveness is the highest spiritual thing you can do. We all are human, we all make mistakes. Learn to forgive and don't hold a grudge. If you say you forgive, start over. Now, if they take advantage and do something second or 3 times, now you've got a serious thing going on, get help. Spirituality, if you share that together, the research shows spiritual couples are the happiest and most long-lasting. So find something spiritual to do together. Connection, that's that daily affection, greeting your partner at the door with a hello and a kiss. Hey babe, how was your day? It's not that much of an effort. Loving communication, the words you speak, make them loving. And sexual desire and intimacy on a regular basis. And if that hasn't been happening, you guys need to get some help. There's a bigger elephant in the room. The sex is always the last to go. So if there's not happening, there's a lot of other stuff happening, right? So ask yourself today, as you're thinking, are you an evolved partner? Do you consciously monitor and do you need to change your behavior in any way? What can you do to be more proactive and positive and loving? How close is your partner to being evolved? Maybe you share this conversation with them today. Hopefully we have some tape and this tape will go out. You can share it with your partners. And think of maybe 3 steps you can do as you walk out the door that's going to make your relationships better. At home and at work. And in the morning, when you see each other today or tomorrow, or when you say goodbye to each other, say it with a smile, look in the eyes, smile and say have a great night, and mean it. Mean it. This is your family. You're here 40 hours a week or more. Treat each other like brothers and sisters with love, with respect, with kindness. It makes every difference in the world in how you feel about coming to work. Any questions for you guys?
I have a question.
Sure.
In regards to the meditation, can I do it together with my husband?
Yeah.
Like we can wish at the same time the same thing?
You can.
So
Visualizations you have no more than 2 because you're really putting the detail into the visualization of what you want. But yes, if you're doing it as a couple, it's very, very powerful.
Okay. Thank
You
you.
watch The Secret together as a couple too.
First of all, thank you for management for doing this.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
What are the top, I guess, goals that you probably would coach somebody through? If they're looking to do a startup and they kind of always are hitting blocks or what's your
Great
talk
question.
through, I guess, for that.
Okay, well, first of all, any of you that are interested in a free Life and Love Transformation Discovery Session, those forms are up here. There are $500 worth for singles and $1,000 for couples, and I will give you that hour as a gift to Patricia and the team.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
first. Second, if you decide to do any coaching, there is the purple coupon there. You don't have to reserve today, but call me and say, Riana, I heard you speak. You know, whether it's tomorrow or next week, and we'll fit you in for that. If you decide, I have a singles group starting Monday night. And it's online on Zoom. It's easy to join. I coach around the world to my people from everywhere. It's very individualized. This is why I do the individual Life and Love Transformation Session, because your childhood traumas are different than hers, different than hers, different than his. So we have to see what the blocks are from your childhood first, what's come up for you as an adult, and then I put the puzzle pieces together and we work together, usually in a coaching program, whether it's one-on-one or in a group coaching program, and that Monday night is for ladies. So ladies, if you want, I do work with men, straight, couples, LGBT.
I'm sorry, but you're
Doesn't
talking
matter.
about love, like the love?
It's life and love transformation, both.
Okay, so the entrepreneurship, the startup thing, that is all?
Yeah, it's
all-
under life
It's
portion.
under life portion, okay.
I do a lot of business coaching.
Okay. Is there anything that you see normally that you tend to see? I don't know what the block is or what the, maybe the fear is. Do you come across like a common dot?
Everyone that comes to me has some childhood trauma.
It is, it does.
It's
go-
all based down to that. So that's the root of the issue. So we have to discover it. If you decide you want that free session, pick up these other 3 pages today, because I'm gonna ask for them before I do your session. So those are the assessments I need to start putting the puzzle pieces together. Within 1 hour, people have told me they've learned more than 7 years of therapy. And I used to be a psychotherapist. I don't do that anymore.
Well,
I
as you
do
say,
coaching.
I'm thinking back to, there probably is a connection.
There is a connection.
Yeah. there probably
Trust
is,
me.
Yeah.
And I would be glad to do that for you, and just sign up for the free session. It's really easy. It's the first form on the corner. And then the next step is you all have my business card, so just email me. I heard you speak, Riana, I'd like the free session. So fill that out for me, then I'll have something, and then take the forms, so I don't have to email you the forms too. And then you say, I'm done the forms, I also need a childhood trauma checklist from you. So I do those 3, that's the childhood trauma checklist, look at everything, and then I'll do an evaluation for you, tell you what I think is keeping you stuck. We do your plan for what you want to do next, and there is still some space if you want to be in the ladies' Life and Love Transformation course, which we call Dating to Mating. That starts Monday night. It's 8:30 to 10 at night, because I have people from California on the call. I have to make it after their work day. But it's easy, just sit in your pajamas on the computer. It's easy. And I coach you, and then you have a 150-page workbook, and Live and Love books are part of that program too.
Nice. Thank you.
Any other questions?
No.
Do you feel a little bit different
Yeah.
before you leave? All right, I'd like to leave you with one motivational reading. And that's 1 hour of work. Don't ever stop dreaming your dreams. Don't ever try to understand everything. Some things will just never make sense. Don't ever be reluctant to show your feelings. When you're happy, give into it. When you're not, live with it. Don't ever be afraid to make things better. You might be surprised at the results. Don't ever take the weight of the world on your shoulders. Don't ever feel threatened by the future. Take life one day at a time, or live in the now. Live in the present. Don't live in your past. Don't ever feel guilty about your past. What's done is done. Learn from any mistakes you might have made. Don't ever feel that you are alone. There's always somebody there for you to reach out to. Don't ever forget that you can achieve so many of the things that you can imagine. Imagine that. It's not as hard as it seems. Don't ever stop loving. Don't ever stop believing. Don't ever stop dreaming your dreams. With that, I wish you all an amazingly happy day, and I